Hi everyone, here I'm live in a synagogue here in Bet Shemesh. Going to continue the series of the Daf Yomi. We are on Masechet Kiddushin, page number 20. Naturally, in the Daf Yomi, the daily Daf Yomi, and we're going to see a famous quote in today's Talmud inside the Gemara today. It's going to be given actually from a Rav Huna, a great rabbi from the Talmudic times, where he says that when one sins regularly, they sin one time, a second time, and everything else, they become accustomed to doing the transgressions, then it becomes like a regular thing at that time. Once they do it once, first time, it was actually a rabbi of mine once said, when I was learning in yeshiva, that the first time when someone does a specific, let's just say major sin, or any sort of sin, there's a lot of regret, there's a lot of guilt, and everything else. The second time, there's remorse, and everything else, people, they feel bad and everything else. However, the third, fourth time becomes like something regular. It's like a big deal. You know, they've done the sin so many times, so it's as in like they're used to it at that stage in time and everything else. And this is what the rabbi in the Gemara is saying in today's daf, and that's very, very problematic, because one should obviously stay as far away as possible from the transgressions. People should build fences among themselves, you know, in order, if they're enticing to something specifically, any sort of transgression, to actually stay away, God forbid, from committing those things. However, when one does it one time, two times, three times, say, oh, you know what, everyone's doing it, so I should do it also. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? However, we know that it is a big deal. The Torah relates over even every single thing Hashem is watching, and one should not make themselves regular to commit these any sort of transgression. However, the good news is the opposite is true also. When one performs a mitzvah or a specific mitzvah, whatever it might be, then they keep doing it. It's infectious also the opposite way, the good way also. So that's why they say in the ethics of the fathers in Pirkei Avot, mitzvah goret mitzvah and avera goret avera. What is that, friends? There's when you perform a positive commandment, it leads to more acts of chesed you do, more mitzvot one keeps. However, the opposite is true also. If one, God forbid, is going to do certain averas and stuff like that, then they're going to rationalize with themselves and say, you know what, I can do more, I can do more, I can do more. And this is what this great rabbi is saying inside the Gemara in today's stuff, that, you know, once you're going to, God forbid, do a specific avera, specific transgression, then it's going to become accustomed to that specific person, and they're going to keep doing it. So the best thing what we should do is just stay away from doing the averot, full stop. Whatever we shall do, and everything else. And we talked actually in last week's Parashat Kitetze, one of the mitzvot actually was to build fences. You know, if one's got a balcony inside like a higher story building, or whatever it might be, what's advice that is given is to actually build a fence around the balcony. And it can actually, we can see a microcosm with regards to averot. It could be people might be performing various averot of all different sorts. So one should put spiritual fences upon themselves in order to prevent them from, God forbid, performing whatever transgressions there is. What are spiritual fences, friends? It could be like to not necessarily go, say someone is in a big town or wherever it is, and it's a very busy place. Maybe people, God knows what people are doing and what people might see. You know, just stay away from those places. You know, if someone is living in a certain town or whatever it might be, stay away from these places where you don't know what those all different kinds of things, all different thoughts could potentially come inside the head. And there should be spiritual fences. You know, sometimes people say, within regards to internet use, when people are allowing their children to use the internet or whatever it might be, or the television, you know, maybe better not to have it at all. You know, because especially nowadays in modern day, it's not like it was 30, 40 years ago when there was age limits on what time things will be on and what to watch and stuff like that. Nowadays, if one's got a computer or whatever it might be, a person can watch anything, especially if they give a child, a teenager, the computers and everything else. It's going to lead potentially to, you know, they're only going to probably potentially watch one thing. So that's it. We put spiritual fences upon ourselves to stop, God forbid, from doing any transgressions and everything else, and that is very, very key. And we see that also from last week's parsha and everything else. Yeah, this is tractate Kiddushin, page number 20. Please watch over the previous 19 videos on this Masechet. I'm just outside my building here, over here. I don't want to make too much noise. It's 12:30 at night here in Israel, and I just done the Arvit prayer and contemplating praying Slichot now, because Slichot in Israel is at 12:30 at night. The Sephardim started Slichot already. We started it on after Rosh Chodesh Elul, so it's that time of year. So it's going to start in 10 minutes time. So guys, I leave you with a farewell. I'm going to enter my building. I better be quiet. And guys, have a fantastic night, and please watch over all the previous videos. And here's the elevator. I'll bid you all a farewell. Take care.